Alright, we got round 17 starting today. Got the toss in here. Very good. It's St Kilda, Melbourne. It is it'll be Melbourne as player 1, St Kilda player 2 is the light. Good. Okay. I think that is fine there. I think that's fine there. But we get underways. This is oh god, there is stuff to talk about actually within the AFL game itself. We have get rid of this one. Thank you. That's a handballs over there. There's like it's funny, you know, through this whole season, you know,
that's not clever at all.
as I've been collecting the stats after the games are over, because that's what I do.
Gets his hands on it early.
It's interesting to see it. There's still no like free kicks for and against. Like that's still not taken into account when it comes to the stats. That's a game thing, not me. But as we've been having it like that, you know, and going through it all, and then trying to put together like people's like fantasy averages. Up until this point in the season, like Max Gordon has just been like the clear like standout. You know, he's just been a freaking monster. Like I think up until this point, through 15 games, through 16 rounds, his average is like 143. It's like 20 points clear on anyone else. He's just been absolute massive, and he's had like a 10-game average, I think, of like 156. It's just been incredible, really, seeing it happen. But even with all of this, in yesterday's game, there was an absolute special performance by Mark Blitzovs yesterday for Geelong, where he had 39 touches, he had 7 goals, he had more stats in there, and going into that game he was averaging 73.5 points, right? That was his average going into it, and coming out of it, his average shot up into over 82, because he came in and scored 211. He scored 211. Now, for the people who know fantasy and stuff, that's ridiculous. It's even more ridiculous. It's Blitzovs.
He doesn't miss many threes, and he hasn't missed that one.
But I was like wondering, like, was I going to get anyone who could get over 200? I know Max Gorn in the last round had 192. There have been, Clayton Oliver had a 190 game at one point. But it's just wild to see it, you know, to see someone get over the 200 mark.
May have just saved a goal.
Get the kicks out of there, please. So that was like real cool to see. That I have had it in a past game. I've had someone in a past game score 200 once, and that was Jack McRae. It was the game. I had a game like over a year ago, I think.
Just had to get it out. Langdon,
where he had like 69 touches and he got over the 200 mark. And it was the only time I've had someone do that. But now we got a new record in there, and Mark Blitzovs being the one to do it is not the person I would have been expecting, you know. I was so sure that Dawn was going to be the one to get past the 200 if anyone was doing it.
Rucks go at it. Marshall lurking menacingly. Higgins running in support. Will the umpire pluck a free kick? Closed him down.
Get the kicks away in here. There you go. I do see that. I do see the frames. I do see the frames. I'm aware of it. I am aware of it. I should probably be looking up. I actually probably should after stream be looking that up. How to try and improve the frames dropping while like trying to upload a video on YouTube at the same time. Like if the answer is just don't do it, it's like that it's a very Yakuza specific problem in that just me trying to get through that stuff. That's just kind of how it's me trying to play that as much as I'm looking to play it. It's kind of that's why I've been doing it, you know. That's why it's been happening.
Does the crumbing. Pickett.
Coming rid of this way.
He's been busy
Thank you.
so far. Grundy drops
So
it
hopefully
on Mark.
Yakuza, we're able to get through that in the next couple of days, which will sort of, and if I can get it on a good pace, then I think it'll be less of a problem.
Looks good. He's got it.
That's a classy finish. We've become accustomed to that from him.
The Demons with 3 of the first 4. The big men fly.
Here we go.
Hunter.
Over this way. That is with the Melbourne's handballs away.
Knew where the help was.
Get a little kicks on.
He hasn't
Who's coming to it?
well.
Hey.
There
you go.
Anyway.
This is what he gets paid to do. Kick these
Go,
goals.
Mr. Charlie. I guess this is going to be goal number 20 on the season for him. There you go. I was saying that, yes, we are in round 17. We are in round 17. This is the beginning of it. It should be the only AFL game we play today.
It's no place for the knew the tackle was coming. There goes the kick.
And the AFL round itself, AFL competition-wise, they are entering round 20. They're entering round 20 today. Hang on, let me get a little pause. I'll be back.
Thoughts so far, Gary?
The Saints.
Okay then. I just tried to turn the light on. I don't know if it's going to make much of a difference, but we'll see. Yes, as I was saying, the AFL competition itself, they just entered round 20. They're entering round 20 tonight with Collingwood and Carlton. I will be hoping that Collingwood win that. I have things that it would be beneficial for me if Carlton lost. So, financially beneficial. So, hopefully things can work out for me. We'll always see. It always happens where I can be pretty good, you know. I can always be pretty good. But because like 1 or 2 things end up not working out, then everything sort of doesn't work out.
Lucky not to give up a goal.
But usually I'm around the ballpark. Like I can see that I know what I'm doing, sort of. But I just sort of don't get it together. I don't really do what I should be doing.
He's been striking them well. This shouldn't present any problems.
And actually, as I think about it, I did just get an idea in my head that I might try out after stream. Oh wow, no, I actually just got a little interesting idea. So I'm just thinking about how many people that I bet on usually fail, and if I broke things up, if I just think about the likelihood, I could probably do something and see if it works. So I just piqued my own curiosity right now. And a mark for Pickett.
To say there are some alarm bells ringing is an understatement.
But yeah, so Cosy Pickett coming in. They're going in. That's good on the line. Not quite. It'll go over for a point.
There might have just been a little bit of panic there.
It was touched behind. So yeah, because we're in round 17 now, and Neil Bullen. Boom. We have been having the problem where the team that is player 1 controlled, which is Melbourne in this case, it feels like it's happened in recent days when the update came out or whatever, where the competitiveness of games has like gone away, and it's been like unfortunate, and I don't really know what to do. Like, oh, you're playing as both teams, like just work it out. I'm like, I don't know, man. Like, I play it out as best as I can, but
they're well drilled. Fritch, Grundy takes the hand.
I don't really know. I don't really know how much to do about it.
Has marked in front of goal.
He can put the finishing touch on a fine passage of play.
Cosy Pickett in. Yeah. Thank you. That's another one. That is another one. So, because we're at round 17, life-wise it is round 20. That means we're catching up. We're only 3 rounds behind. We're only three rounds behind, and I think when we started the season, they were in like round 8 to 10-ish, I think, around there. So we've been making up good progress. We've definitely been playing catch up. It's the beginning. And I think we'll be able to overtake it. We'll be able to catch up to get there to get to our end before it finishes in life, you know? We'll be able to do it. Nope, handballs away.
Useful hand pass.
That's kind of cool. Oh, we got to get rid of this. That is handballs. Ooh. Mr. Dawn. Oh, he doesn't really get it away too well. Handballs going. No. Yes. With Owens.
He's run into trouble.
Yeah, that's going to be a ball up now.
And we'll have a stoppage near the centre.
So we have under 3 minutes. We're hoping St Kilda can get some stuff together, bring it back in, but if not, it's going to be an unfortunate big blowout over here. Oh, that's okay. Owens gets rid of it. St Kilda are coming off a win. I do remember that. I don't remember who they played though. But I do remember that they are coming off a win. I think Melbourne. I think Melbourne actually lost in the last game, if I remember correctly. I believe they played GWS. But I think that is what the team's last games were like, based on my memory, which can always be a bit shoddy. But get in there.
That's good vision. Crouch has found some space.
That's Jones. Can I get the mark? Yes.
Read it well and claims the mark.
Going at his second.
He's already got one. Okay. He has St Kilda's first. Can he get their first two on the board? Tim Membry, well done. 1 minute to go. 1 minute to go now in the first quarter.
He has produced a clinical finish there to cap off a terrific passage of play.
The Saints need to back that up and generate some momentum.
Handball's away. He does not. He stays in. That is holding the ball. You know, fair enough. Fair enough. Glendy, handball.
Langdon. Blasts away.
Who's coming to it?
Good discipline defense.
And Sparga. Oh, Jesus Christ.
That kick had nothing going for it.
This will be
that was absolutely horrible. Having this.
A chance to clear now. Sinclair.
Sinclair. Get rid of that one. And that's going to be the end of the first quarter. We will be back with a big margin at the moment. 32-point lead for Melbourne. Alright, we're back in the second here. We got Melbourne with the 32-point lead. Talked a little bit about, you know, there is an interesting thing. Like, I was talking about betting a little bit there. There's an interesting thing that sometimes you'll see where betting websites will give you, like, little, I guess it depends on the person, maybe, but they'll give you, like, little, they almost, like, give you freebies, right? Where they'll put, like, it's like, okay, let's put, like, a special price on, like, one team here and there or something. Whatever it is, like the competitive stuff, they put like little freebies where it's like, okay, let's boost up the price on one thing, right? And then I don't know how long ago it was when I first noticed it, but I was realizing it's like, holy crap! Like if you just like put the money on it, right? You will automatically come away with a win. It's like an automatic victory, which would be very intentional on their behalf to be like, hey, you get a little bit stuff here. Like it might be like a, oh, you're a good customer type of thing of like, you're a valued like person. We think that by giving you some free shit basically just here and there, you're gonna want to keep going on some other stuff, which I mean it's kind of true. It's the type of thing where it's like, as long as like it's available to me or anyone, it only makes sense, right? To like take advantage of that. You're over here. Like it's really weird because betting, the idea is that like you can lose, but it's very strange to like actually find a situation where it's like you're automatically going to win.
Question of accuracy, and he should be able to answer in the affirmative.
Even though you're not going to win much at all, it's just overall, the more you do it, it's like, oh, I'm just like I'm getting a couple dollars here, I'm getting a couple dollars there. Like you wouldn't get those dollars otherwise. But why not just keep doing that? You know, it's like really cool to notice it. It's like, yeah, automatic win, but it's like it's also just so strange. I'm just like, why do they do this? Why are they? And it's like, it's kind of what I was saying. It's like, oh well, if we give it to them, like they think that it's like going to be incentive to want to keep going in other places, which I'm sure it is.
On the end of it, they are cutting them up with their ball movement.
The Demons are working harder at the present time, and they're reaping the rewards.
Is that going to be a goal? It is. No, it doesn't even score. I thought at least it would score.
It's hard to find a winner for them today.
Handball of the way. Come on, Saints. Nope, it's going to be a ball up.
They appeal for a free kick.
St Kilda are a weird team, man. Weird team. It just feels like they're either going to win or get blown out. It feels like that's St Kilda. I don't know. Well, I had an interesting. I remember sort of being. I think like. So I've done like. I remember AFL Evolution 2. I think I had 2 seasons I played, and in the first one of them it was very interesting. I had like a whole thing with St Kilda and Melbourne actually. So this was a very interesting matchup. Talk about for that, where these were like my grand final teams. These were the teams who made that grand final in that season, where the St Kilda season for it was crazy. You know, early on after 5 rounds, they were like near the bottom, you know, and then they managed to just squeak in 8th place. And I think Melbourne were like 7th as well, and then they just happened to win out, get into the grand final, and then St Kilda ended up winning that. It was just kind of wild, you know.
For a free kick there. Punch clear.
Okay.
It's no place for the
Please get rid of that. I think even now, still, when I think about it, I probably like. I don't know about other people. I just know for me personally, in terms of what I care about, AFL Evolution 2 has probably been better for me than this game. Just because I was able to have things were more competitive. Like I was always playing with both teams, but things were more competitive. Come over here. Oh crap!
Stopped in his tracks.
Great pressure there and gets the reward.
Things were more competitive, and the fantasy scores wise, like collecting the stats, I was able to do that. You know, I was able to get that done. It was really nice.
Not good off the boot.
And it was always, hey! So then like also my end of year Brownlow also was very competitive too. That was always crazy counts. Those were some crazy counts. It's currently unexpected. We'll see at the end of the year. I don't know that I don't think I'm gonna be doing like a full like in deep Brownlow medal video. It might just be the type of thing where it's like doing maybe like a grand final episode or something. I don't know. Maybe it'll be like a really short video. I'm not sure. But I would like to think that come the end of the year, when I put my Brownlow together, I'll do something for YouTube or Twitch on it. You know, I would like to think I'll do something, but I don't know. That'll be like very long. Might just be like a little quick, here's what happened type of thing, and here's like the little spreadsheet stuff to it. Get the kicks around there. Hey, get rid of it. So we're halfway through the second. Melbourne's still over here putting dominations on. Get rid of that one, thank you. That is a spoil. Oliver comes get the balls. Langdon back with Oliver into the 50. That is not a mark. Who's coming to get it? Someone get that. Viney. It's Viney. They're hurting the ball. Okay, he'd be holding the balls.
He's got an option in the center square.
Marshall. It's interesting. I was what was I thinking about? I had like this like video like this video, the interview suggested to me on YouTube, and it was about sex robots, right? About like, oh, the sex robots are here and everything. And I actually plan to listen to it. It is like Chris Williamson, so I've been getting into his stuff a bit in recent times, so I do have intentions to listen to it.
That's his first blemish. He's been kicking very well.
It's just interesting. I kind of want to watch Futurama again, you know? Because I know like the whole thing is like, oh, Simpsons predicted this stuff, but Futurama's by the same creator, you know? And that's about stuff in the future. It's like, I remember the episode about like Fry wanting to be with Lucy Liu, you know? And having the AI girlfriend, basically, of that.
Gorn had his measure today. Crunching tackle.
Like, I do wonder, I kind of want to watch Futurama and see things like, oh, are we going to get to a point which would be, because it's the year 3000, so like 1,000 years from now, where people are able to have their heads in like a little jar and that their consciousness is able to just kind of keep going, you know? Like, if that's the type of thing that we're going to be able to have. Like, if sex robots are here now, right? What does that mean for relationships and all that stuff? You know, like, that's going to go down and everything, because, well, how many people are going to deal with trying to get like a human girlfriend when they can get a robot girlfriend, especially if they've never had sex, you know? You don't know the feeling. You don't have that connection.
The Saints guarding the corridor. Sparrow.
Well, what's it really going to be to you, you know? Get rid of that. Handball. Maxi gone! Goals, baby! Goals, baby!
They're really opening them up, and right now they have no answers to the onslaught.
The scoreboard is starting to get ugly.
And it's like, if we're like basically creating, it's almost like we're creating humans in a way, like we're creating our human replacements, you know? Like, we're creating our own replacements relationship-wise, and it's going to keep happening and keep happening. Like, I know like there's the Hollywood actors strike or whatever, and I think that's kind of, I saw something based in like the, oh, we don't want the AI stuff and whatever, and it's like, are they complaining that they don't like AI and things, or are they just complaining that the AI is taking over their shit, you know? It's taking it from what they were doing. Like, that's a thing, right? Where you see people like complaining about something or praising something, it's like, okay, but what if this was happening to you, you know? Is it going to change around, like, your perspective on it? It's actually affecting your livelihood now. Do you keep the same energy, or the shit start changing, you know?
Can run with the footy. Time to measure the kick. Sinclair. Well, his vision was
pick it up this way. Keep it going. And like, the people who are going to have the problem with it are the ones who, like, their livelihoods were spent within the previous environment, right? Like, the children aren't going to give a shit. Like, why are the kids going to give a shit? Like, the kids are the ones growing up in it. They'll adjust to it the easiest, you know? Because they have the least amount of experience in some other world. So you just put a new world environment into them, they're probably going to have the easiest time adjusting to it. So if like, so as an example, if like Hollywood people's getting taken over by AI and stuff or whatever, the children aren't going to give that much of a shit, because they don't know those people really all that much, you know?
Loves the hard stuff.
They'll just be grown into it. It's almost like just watching an anime at that point. Like, that's basically what it is, right? You're just watching a cartoon anime.
Ross, he's caught. Jones runs onto it.
Get rid of this one, please. Oh, but wasn't it like based on it might have also just been based on screenwriters. I haven't really been looking it up, you know. Like, I just know that it's a thing that's been going on.
Which is certainly contributing to their inside 50 ascendancy. They've also taken some tremendous contested marks. They'll look to improve their clearance work in the third term, though.
Good on you, Gary. Thank you. Jones can get it and go.
That's coming with Melbourne again. So we enter the third quarter now. Second half. Oh God.
The Demons are good with their hands. They're
good with their hands. Handball it away. Keep it going. Oh. Okay, that's going to be a ball up now. It is interesting to think about, with having like robots and stuff. You have AI, and then that technology develops. Like, the people who are able to develop it are considered valuable because they're the ones developing it, right? They're helping do that. So they're considered valuable enough to keep around. I think about it this way, right? Because the idea of like human population and
It's online. Will it have the carry?
okay, like human population, how things are going, right? Are we overpopulated, underpopulated?
That could be a painful mistake.
Are we like an aging world and stuff? Because it's like, oh, there are more people, but if the baby rates are down and stuff, then the people are growing older. Suddenly, those people who are dying, it's going to happen in like, it might happen in like a quick enough span. You know what I mean? Where it's like, oh crap.
They were well back to win this match. Marshall palms it down.
It gets to a point where it's kind of like, oh damn. If people start going quick, then it's like, how do you replace that? You know?
They're playing with purpose.
It's like, oh, just increase medicine more. Then the older ones can keep going for longer.
Keeps it low. Petrarca. Look at the distance on that hand.
Get rid of that one. No. Stick around there.
They might be caught out on the turnover.
That is Salem. Over with Spargos.
They'll contest in the centre square.
Go on, handballs. Viney. Is Jack Viney. Get the goal. Well done there. Well done there. I see the frames. I see them. It should only be a few more minutes. At most, I saw it. It's saying it's almost done. The part, like the danger parts. Not much longer.
It's a desperate tackle. A goal-scoring opportunity may have gone begging there.
That's going to be with Oliver. Oh, that's offline.
The Saints have got to be a bit sharper in defence. They're fortunate they weren't punished on that occasion.
Sinclair to bring it back in. He's hit up the lead.
Come over this way. Who's getting that?
Steal.
Handball over. Going to be with Billings. He kicks it in.
There goes the kick inside.
And oh no. Handballs away, please.
Terrific forward.
Go again.
Rivers.
That is going to be another hand. Oh crap. That could have been better. Handballs.
Marks.
Oh.
It's a tough game.
Yes.
He's got it.
There you go there. Well done.
Stranger things have happened, although I can't think of them.
Back in the middle. Gone with a deft tap.
Yeah, it brings it to 51 points now. It's definitely still a big margin. Saints are going to just have to try and keep chipping away little by little, you know?
Gone wins the tap.
Over here, but it's definitely interesting thinking about like the implications of like AI stuff, you know, and being like, how much of it is like an actual threat to like human beings in like a present day moment, how much of it can be like a threat in terms of like 50-20 years from now. It could even be sooner than that potentially, or longer, who knows. The ones who get affected, is it going to be the children? Probably, maybe the children of today, maybe. But it might be, but like the children, but like of tomorrow might be completely fine because they're growing up in it, you know. It's like if you're growing up in it, you have the best chance of like adjusting.
Is a rock in defense.
Like it might just be the people who are like, I don't even know if it's like, is it the people currently in their 30s, in their 40s,
that's a big play.
where by the time that the technology stuff as it advances, they're gonna get pushed out because they're gonna have the least, you know, like who are currently in their 30s, like 10 years from now, are in their 40s. I guess it depends on the industry as well, you know, of like who gets pushed out, because that's how it keeps going, you know. It's like, oh well, the cars never used to exist, and then cars came in, and that pushes out some people, but it helps others, you know.
Has been dominant in the ruck. Sparrow.
Get rid of this one.
Accepted the invitation.
Keep it going.
Gresham. He's under close attention. Lever in the right spot at the right time.
Little kicks over.
Squeezes the kick.
Who's they coming with? Over there.
It's a hot footy. Gresham runs onto it. He's done brilliant.
And I guess like as you keep going, as there's like the quote unquote progress, right? But progress is, what does that even mean? It's like progress towards what, right? So the word is like evolving. That makes more sense to me, because like the idea of like progress, what does that mean?
Away we go once more.
Okay, ring-wise, we should be good now. We should be good now.
Solid tackle, sloppy hands, and they've turned
So that should be a good thing. But yeah, I mean, like, I hear, like, that's the thing. Like, I hear people talk about, oh, as so-and-so, blah, 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 as this type of people, as the world or the country progresses. I'm like, progress to what? You know? Like, evolving, as I said, is, like, the more appropriate word, I suppose, I think. Because it's like, well, yeah, there's always, like, an evolution in things. Get to pick over here. And it's like oh, we're optimizing for things. It's like, okay. And there are always, like, undesirable stuff in that. Whether that's people, whether that's occupations, substances, some other stuff.
Neil Bullen. That's aggressive footy. Onto the non-preferred. Sparrow.
Get rid of that one, please.
Normally delivers. Clark.
That's a handball. Keep going. Oh, Jack. Okay.
Stoppage coming up on the wing. Gawn had his measure today. Harms. He ran into a brick wall. There was no way past that tackle, and we'll have another stoppage. Good ruck work. Sparrow has brought his own ball. Poor hand pass, and
handball away. That is St. Kilda still.
Ross.
Who's it coming over to?
Billings has drifted forward and marked.
His goal was so far, but this would be a great way to get on the score.
He is. Let's go for a talk. Let's go for a talk on it. I think that's the talk. Go on, Jack. Can you get this? Boom!
Kicking for his first.
Not getting it.
Lever drops into the hole.
Go again.
That one off.
Handballs. Just coming to it. But I have kind of I remember thinking about this when, like, COVID was going around. Of like, okay, when you have, like,
can keep it moving. Takes the safe option.
Oh, that's gone.
What a hand pass.
Oh, I know, it was so talent. That was all the talent in the world. When you have it, like, okay, is this like a AI thing in terms of, like, how much when AI becomes more and more, and you're like, oh, well, what type of things are going to be affected? Who can you keep around and stuff? Now, I don't know if this is fully accurate, but I just remember, like, when COVID was going around, it was so interesting to me, like, the idea of, like, essential workers, right? It's like telling everyone, hey, you're not important. Like, everything you do on a day-to-day basis, like, if you weren't an essential worker, it was basically being told by the government, what you do is not important.
Langdon, Grundy, navigated the traffic, Viney, under
and that, like, hey, you want to feel like you're important to the world? Well, you're not, you know? Like, that's kind of like what it was. But I just remember then being like, why, like, sports around, you know? What is sports essential to, you know? Because that was always the thing. It's like, oh, we need to get the sports back in there. Oh, yeah. And it's like, whatever, like, reason it could be. Oh, the people like it. It's like, well, people like music. Can you have music? People like other things. People liked the restaurants, and they like the other stuff that were around. Why not bring them back up too? And it's just like the whole reason that the sports were, like, allowed was just because, like, they had government funding, right? So it was like government business. Like, is that not, like, what it really was wherever people were? At least in Australia, that was, like, my vibe. It was just that, as if there was, like, government money in it, you were then considered essential and allowed to be up. And if you didn't, you know what I mean then?
It's been a dark day, but that was a more positive passage of play, and it should result in a goal.
Because it's like, the footy here or other sports, like, when COVID was going around, like, it logically, if you're looking for people to be health conscious and stuff, keeping the sports up made no sense.
For the turn, both defenses are under pressure. Viney leading from the front.
Because it doesn't, like, help people live their lives. You know, you can just put on replays and just go do other things. But that's why I mentioned the idea of, like, government money in it, because that's really all it really came to. And it's just interesting living in that sort of environment there. Seeing that stuff.
It's an exhibition in attacking footy.
It's all just a bit easy at the moment. They're getting the ball inside 50 under, not nearly enough pressure.
There goes the kick, and he's put it through.
So important to get reward for effort. And that occasion,
another goal for Melbourne here. So it's now at 64 points. If that was coming with it, kick it down there.
Going for territory.
It's also interesting back in like COVID times where I think about myself and I go, well, my life personally was like not affected whatsoever from it because I was already a shut-in, you know? I was already someone who lived life at home all the time and like didn't talk to people. Like all the things that people were going through, it's like, oh, this thing sucks, and it was like new to them. I'm like, I'd already been dealing with that for like a decade. So it's like, for me personally, things like weren't an issue, but that can be considered an issue in itself, you know? Because it's like then when like things were opening back up again, it's not like I was looking to go out there. Like, my life was already inside. You know, I didn't really. What did I have to go out into the world to look into? And I think about that. I think about that even today. Of just like, what's my reason to like go outside? Like, what am I really looking for? And based on like how life is set up, has been set up for me, or has been, I've sort of set myself what I've got around me, my environment. There hasn't really been that incentive all that much, except for like the one or two times I had an interest in like going after a girl. Like seriously, that's 100% accurate.
Credit to those home fans who are still here. This has been a horror show.
I remember early this year, you know, in December, in the early months of this year, I was doing walks. I was doing lots of walks, and I would walk for a very long time. But like, I was interested in a girl. Like, that's kind of what sparked it, you know? You take that away, I don't go do those walks, I don't think. Like, even if that's not all I'm thinking about, that's really what it was. And I just see that in myself. I'm like, damn, why is this thing so considered important in my mind? Why is it so influential in my mind? And I feel like that's something for me to explore still. Because like, what is that thing representing? Get it over here. Meow. Meow.
They're a delight to watch. Brown got to the right position and hung on.
The Demons continue to.
So it's currently 10 goal margin. It's gonna be increased right now. Should be a goal.
Looks good off the boot.
Benny Brown, well done. Well done.
There aren't many teams who can go with them when they're playing like this. They're firing on all cylinders.
The Demons have the first quarter. Viney. He couldn't get rid of it. They wanted holding the ball, but nothing doing. The two big men.
That is out of there. Over here, Petrarca. Get Langdon. Ew. Who's coming to get that? Handball away. Looking like it's Brayshaw.
With an opportunity now. Billings.
You're back? Okay then.
It was always his.
Well, good news. You missed all the like drain floppings. Then missed the drain floppings, which is good. They're actually like, if in terms of like times to leave, like leaving like while the drains were going away, like the frames were dropping, it was a good time to be gone.
He's off.
If there's going to be a time to be gone. Okay, here we go.
They're bloodthirsty today. Gone.
Yeah, the kicks in here. We do have a big margin over here. We got the Melbourne and Saints going. Keep it going. Handball's over. Little kick. You were uploading? Yeah, I was. It's not. I was the Alan Wake episode that I literally was playing not that long ago. I was having it upload, and it's currently processing to HD. So that's gonna take out. Like I'll probably make that public in like a couple hours. But yeah, like that's already there. It's already there basically. It's not public yet though. But it's already set up. What's my download and upload speed? I'm not really I'm not really sure how to answer that, you know? I'm just like, wow, it kind of goes quicker than I expected, really. But it also depends on the videos themselves.
Hasn't seen a lot of it. Petrarca making his claim for the Golden Fist Award. And they see it out.
What are your thoughts, Gary?
It's no
It
surprise.
depends how many videos I'm trying to upload at the same time.
They have a good understanding, those two. Viney.
Come get rid of this one.
He's under close attention. The Demons continue to.
But if it's like, oh, there's like this kind of speed here and that type of thing, like I'm not like well educated on it to really be able to like. I'm probably not well educated enough to say like, oh yeah, it's like this type of thing. It's a website called Speed Test. You can track your download and upload speed. Oh yeah, right. I would have seen that. I just don't remember. I don't remember.
I wouldn't put this past him. I've seen him do it before.
I would have checked that out prior to beginning streaming, just to sort of see how things were.
He liked it off the boot.
It's almost a shock that they've missed one. They've been so.
Okay, we got Mr. Miller here. Yeah, I just that would have been done a couple of months ago. Like I'm not gonna remember that. I'm gonna have trouble remembering that one. I just remember it was good. I remember it was good.
Coaches go grey. What a game he's having. They must tie
Naxu, handballs over here.
With a handball. May in the right spot. Sparrow.
Keep it going. Oh, yeah, he's gonna be gone. That's holding the ball.
Done for holding the ball.
Let's get rid of this one.
That's skillful.
But yes, I do sort of expect that when I begin Yakuza, I'm probably going to try starting the AFL one, because the AFL game will be done by then. But AFL ones usually go quicker because the time itself is under 50 minutes, the actual videos. So the upload, the download, upload, whatever, doesn't take as long. So I imagine when I get to Yakuza, probably be looking to try and do like side things at the beginning, just to try and make sure it's not as big of an issue.
Wanganeen Malira goes towards halfback. Langdon should have taken the mark.
How long were you gone for exactly? Because I know I was over here talking about like sex robots. I was talking about like essential worker stuff during COVID. Did you miss all of that? Get rid of this one. No, handballs.
He breaks away and can pump it
to the left.
The Saints
go again. Oh no.
Crunching tackle.
That's holding the ball. Let's get to the right here.
Bide their time. Good work rate.
Who's coming to it? No, okay. That's going to be a throw in.
The Demons have had a lot.
Yeah, you had me tabbed and I was playing a game, just came back. Yeah.
Gorn had his measure today. That's smart play.
I do think that at least in these like current days while I'm playing Yakuza and doing like uploads at the same time I'm streaming, that kind of makes sense. Come rid of this. Oh no. I do think that makes sense. Come over here. You telling me the AFL isn't exciting enough to you? Oh no. Oh no.
He's had little impact so far. Some of the delivery has left a bit to be desired.
Yeah, let's get rid of it. Who's coming to this one now?
Grundy. That's an aggressive handball.
Up here.
Moving the footy laterally. Higgins wins it back. Great mark. He might have thought about the corridor.
Lundy.
Some people can't.
I feel like there's still times like trying to think of like said no, you like it more. Okay.
Looking for two in a row. They're putting on a clean.
We got Picker here. I still feel like there's time to like talk about like one more thing before the game's over. It's just my mind's gone blank. So I just can't like think of anything.
And he is delivered.
I guess like I wonder like because I know I was talking about Futurama and like futuristic things of like them. So it's like you could have something like the Matrix, you know? Like I wonder we're gonna get to the point where it's like okay, in the name of like health and safety shit for people, we will decide your meals for you. Like it's already a thing where you have like meal planners, right? Like you can get like private meal planners, but you gotta think like if it's a thing that's like allowed privatized, where it's like the regular civilians are able to have their own businesses, where they're planning people's meals and everything. It's like I feel like it's going to, in my head, I feel like it's going to happen at some point where like you're going to have governments being like, okay, and it might already be there and I just am unaware in what places it is, where it's like, we will set up what people's meal plans will be, and this is what you will be eating every day based on your personal body, and we will be feeding you what we want you to have, you know, and they'll just do it like on just every person basically, you know, and they'll just try and set shit up like that, and they'll be like, this is the type of thing that you need to be living, let's go do it, get rid of this.
Jones, he's besieged.
Oh, maybe. I just feel like if there's anything that can be thought of, someone wants it to be done, you know? Like, no matter how good or bad you think something is, there's always going to be someone saying the climate change is horrendous. It's interesting, like, what's going to happen in terms of, like, laws and people and stuff based on the, like, and they'll be like, this is in the name of climate change, you know? And it's like, is it really going to be in the name of climate change? Or is it, you know? Like, as much as, like, people say they care about it, I feel like this is the same thing with just anything in general. People are always going to try and make sure that their personal ability to have power in the world is probably going to trump that, you know? Like, they'll care about it, but first you gotta, like, make sure that they have power first, and then they might, like, go ahead and try and, like, fix something, you know? Here we go. You're saying we are about to be without crops, no food. Right. Now, what's the estimate in terms of how long?
He's wrapped up. Viney, Harms, running in support. Grundy will
get rid of this one. Oh no.
He'll work all day.
It's going to be over here.
Steele can run and gun. Viney runs.
Okay, you gotta get rid of this.
Ignoring the corridor for now.
It's so interesting.
And this looks promising.
Where it's just like, if people were to, like, and climate change is the type of thing where it's like, I'm willing to say I'm very uneducated on, in terms of all the stuff. You haven't done my full research on it? Yeah. No, it's like, it's still going to be more than me, you know? But, like, I hear that stuff and I'm just like, wow, if people really care about this, you would think they would just act towards it, you know? They wouldn't have to, like... It's like, no, there are people who are causing problems, and then there are the people who are like, oh, it's okay for me to fly in my private jets because of what I already do. And it's like saying, it's okay that I eat my bag of chips. Look at how much exercise I do and stuff. I'm super healthy. I don't know if that's like the greatest like analogy to it, but like in theory, learning about climate change stuff is interesting. But I will say, I don't like the term climate change, and my only reason I say that is because it's like, climate change how? In what way, you know? It's like, it's very easy to just be like, oh, it's winter now, climate change, and I know it's like, that's not what people mean. It will be getting hotter and hotter. You don't know exactly when it will be happening. Imagine if it was just like, 200 years from now, people look back and be like, these people, or if it was like a 3,000 years from now, just think it looks like it just happens like so much longer from now. And then it's like, wow, those people were so scared and they didn't have to worry about it for so many generations. Who knows exactly each of the peoples, but let's see what we had here. It was Melbourne winning. Grundy had 5, Membry had 5 for St Kilda. Viney with 42 were on top. More Melbourne players on top here for the disposals. It was Grundy with the most marks. He had 15. Hunter had... Oh, a few people had 6 tackles. Okay, so... It was Melbourne getting the victory here. And they had 5 goals from Grundy. They had 42 from Viney. They get on top of St Kilda to kick off round 17. 137 to 58. They come away with the 79-point victory.